You know, much as I tend to quietly despair about the current state of our entertainment industry, every once in a while I'll see something that warms my heart and gives me hope for the future. Hope that there are still people in Hollywood who remember when movies used to be awesome and kick ass. People who aren't ready to humiliate themselves in the pursuit of some hollow praise on social media. People who actually have some respect and passion for their art. And as it turns out, those things can often come from the most unlikely source. Tom Cruise has had his ups and his downs throughout his extremely long career, and while some of his personal beliefs might be a little questionable, one thing even I can't deny is that the guy's produced some of the best action movies of the last decade, helped by the fact that even in his mid-50s, he still does most of his own stunts, even if it doesn't always end well. Whether you like him or you don't, the man certainly deserves respect if nothing else. He had a few successes in the early 80s, but the thing that really kicked his career into high gear was without a doubt Top Gun, the most over-the-top, kick-ass, bombastic, unapologetically 80s movie of all time. It had fighter jets, it had motorbikes, it had guys wearing sunglasses indoors at night, and most of all, it had that unforgettable Top Gun soundtrack. Holy shit, man, I feel like I want to invade a foreign country right now! Top Gun was one of those movies that everyone saw when I was a kid, and there wasn't a young boy anywhere who watched it and didn't fantasize about being one of those pilots when he grew up, flying fighter jets, riding motorcycles, and wearing aviator sunglasses like an absolute boss. And now here I am, drinking and making YouTube videos. Anyway, rumours had been circulating for years that they were going to do a sequel, but I always took them with a grain of salt. I mean, really, where on earth could you take the story after more than 30 years? How could a character like Maverick possibly come back after such a long absence? Wouldn't all that macho 80s swagger seem terribly outdated and laughable in today's political climate? Fuck off, rhetorical questions. The Top Gun 2 trailer just landed, and holy shit, it's awesome. The trailer begins with a monologue from the dried up husk of Ed Harris. Why does he look about 90 years old these days? Giving Maverick a hard time for being, well, a bit of a maverick. It looks like he's been in the service for more than 30 years now, flying jets and kicking ass all over the world. He's earned a bunch of medals and commendations, but he stubbornly refused promotions that would land him in desk jobs, and he won't retire, so here he is, still doing what he loves most for as long as he can. Wow, an iconic character from 30 years ago who's still vital and compelling and hasn't degenerated into a sad, embittered old man who bears absolutely no resemblance to his former self. You might say this trailer subverted my expectations. Anyway, this little monologue is intercut with awesome shots of a fighter jet skimming across a desert floor at dangerously low altitude, closing in on its target before going into a hard climb at full power. Nice! Then we get to see a reverse cockpit shot of Maverick taking off from the catapult of an aircraft carrier, and honestly, given how Tom Cruise likes to keep things as real as possible, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did this. Then we get more iconic references to the original movie. The jacket, the sunglasses, the bike, the race against the fighter jet with the sun setting in the background. And yeah, I know it's shameless fan service, but shut up, I don't care. This trailer, and I suspect Tom Cruise himself, understands the importance of paying respect to the original movie and its characters, reassuring the audience that they're still as awesome and kick-ass as they remember, before finally bringing in the new generation. And bring it they do. We get a bunch of shots of what I assume are a younger generation of pilots that are going to be serving under Maverick. It's suggested that he's the only pilot left in the Navy that's seen active combat against enemy planes, so I guess he's there to pass on his wisdom and experience to them before they all embark on a mission into enemy territory. The trailer finishes with a somber warning from the Ed Harris husk that Maverick is part of a dying breed, and Maverick's like, "Nah, it'll be fine, you bald dick." This trailer is a perfect example of how you reintroduce an iconic character that's been absent for longer than most of us have been alive, bringing them firmly into the modern day and acknowledging the time that's passed, while also staying true to everything that made them so unique and compelling in the first place. In the hands of another director, Maverick could easily have been portrayed as some irrelevant old dinosaur still longing for the glory days that are now far behind him. A man effectively written out of his own story, destined to be outshone and outperformed by a character from the new generation that's inexplicably better than him at everything. But Tom Cruise ain't having none of that shit. He's not going to be pushed around by some asshole wannabe auteur out to subvert our expectations, or some clueless moron who thinks yelling "be funny" at his actors is a suitable replacement for an actual script. He's doing things his way, and if this trailer is anything to go by, his way could well turn out to be fucking awesome. Yeah, he's older now, and yeah, this is almost certainly going to be a passing of the torch kind of story, but his character is firmly front and centre, right where he belongs, because he has enough respect for the original to let Maverick shine one more time before bowing out gracefully. Take note, Hollywood. This is a movie that kind of came out of nowhere for me, and while it's too early to guess at the quality of the finished product, if this trailer's anything to go by, I'll certainly be there to see it when it hits theatres. And that's all I have for today. Go away now.